Hey everybody, it's Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for those of you who are following me and subscribing to this brand new channel of mine, giving my videos thumbs up. So I hope you like them and love getting your comments. Today's video, it's all about Carnival, major news, and Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, the cruise line stocks. They're getting hammered along with the rest of the market. Today is September 21, 2020. Take a look at these charts. Here's Carnival for the last week. This stock was about $17, $18 a week ago. This morning, it took a drop. It's now down to this $14.30 range. 7,000 people fired over the weekend by email. This company is in retreat fast. They're trying to cut costs. Norwegian, they were in the $17, $18 neighborhood as well. They're now down to $15.06. They and Royal Caribbean today made an announcement to try to convince the CDC to lift the no-sale order by coming up with a new health protocol rules and regs, and I'm not sure if it's going to work for them. Here at Royal Caribbean, this one can fall the most, in my opinion. This was a $73, $72 stock a week and a bit ago. Was $65 on Friday. Now it is $60.92 as of a little while ago this morning. What a drop. These three shares have been, in my opinion, overpriced considering their situation. And what is their situation? Bottom line is they're basically not sailing with any paying passengers. They're certainly not sailing with any passengers out of the U.S. and won't be for a while. They're desperately trying to get sailings restarted out of the U.S. They want the authorities to allow them to resail. The problem, of course, is that in various parts of the planet right now, we are running into what they're calling the second wave of the virus. And more and more cities, states, and countries are beginning to do basically a re-lockdown. And despite the fact that there's been limited sailing in Asia and some very limited sailing in Europe, authorities in the U.S., especially the CDC, have not yet given the green light for sailing to restart in the USA. The Carnival story, by the way, this is really something. We heard just in the last 6 hours or so that over the weekend, 7,000 employees of the company, that would include crew, land-based staff, and other specialists, were given notice that they have been terminated by the company. They've been fired. Carnival is no longer playing the soft little game of we're just going to lay you off and hopefully call you back when we can start sailing again. Carnival has now announced 12.5% of their fleet is being sold off or scrapped, which means they don't need 12.5% of their crews, and now they can pick and choose crew members to keep and crew members to dump. So to me, what I think is going on is they are purging their work staff. They've gone through all their top staff at the upper level, the medium level, and the lower level, and they have basically gotten rid of the deadwood, the folks that they felt weren't at top performance anymore, or were closer to retirement, or might just didn't want to have around any longer. And this is their opportunity to get rid of basically 20% of their work staff through total terminations, no renewal of contracts coming. These folks are now free agents. Go wherever you want, do whatever you want to do, and good luck to you. And they won't get a new contract offered from Carnival going forward. Now, I'm not talking Carnival Cruise Lines, just that cruise line only. I'm talking about the entire brands, all the brands that Carnival owns. So we're talking about employees at Princess, Holland America, Cunard, P&O, and so on. Here at Disney, like everyone else, they've shut down. They're waiting out the resale orders to be reinstated by the CDC. But in the meantime, they can't even go to their own private island in the Bahamas. They can't run cruises to nowhere out of Port Canaveral for 3-4 days and come back to Port Canaveral. The CDC has shut down all sailings for everyone, period. Norwegian and Royal Caribbean today released a 65-page report, I think it was, talking about 74 recommendations that they are giving the CDC to allow cruising to restart again. We're talking about having cruisers wear masks on board cruise ships. I don't know about you, but taking a walk on one of these upper decks up here, when the ship is moving through the water at 20 knots and you're moving into a 10-mile-an-hour headwind, it's like a 35-mile-an-hour wind that you're walking into with a mask on your face. I don't know how long those will last, especially if you're walking with the wind. It'll just come around behind you and whip it off. There won't be any Alaska cruising, by the way. Take a look at this shot right here. The Canadian government won't allow cruising into Canadian ports. We may not see Canadian ports reopen until next year in the fall, if at all. So it might be another year before we see another Alaska cruise. So these cruise shares are under tremendous pressure. Just to finish my thought on the CDC thing that the cruise lines are trying to get through, they want to convince the CDC to let them sail with masks, let them sail with lower occupancy, let them sail with pre-cruise temperature checks, testing, extraneous crew testing. The problem is, how do you get the crews from where they are in the third world to the USA to join their ships? You can't even fly in right now. The flights are suspended. There are all kinds of restrictions at the borders between various countries. And the entire world has a different protocol no matter where you go with regard to the virus. In the case of the United States, there isn't even a national, program in place. It's 50 different states with 50 different rules and regs. It's a complete mess. And so these cruise lines, they don't know how to even get their crews to their ships, let alone how to arrange passengers to get to ships and take cruises. So there's a lot of uncertainty out there, and I'm not so sure we're going to see cruising start as quickly as the cruise lines would like to start. And this, I think, gives the CDC a convenient excuse to just extend the shutdown and make it longer. And to me, I really believe that until we have a vaccine in place, we're not going to see the CDC allow cruising. We do have an election coming up, though, so there's some interference there. There might be a change of presidency in January. So perhaps we see cruising starting in February, March, or April, or we don't see cruising until the fall of 2021. I don't know. We'll follow it in the meantime. Thanks for joining me today on Stock Markets with Bruce. We'll stay on top of these cruise stocks and market news, and we'll see where it takes us. In the meantime, you guys stay safe out there. Thank you for your support, your thumbs ups, your subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate that, and I love getting your comments. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye for now.